Howdy ho, Andrew here. Welcome to the Onion Buns and welcome to another thrilling adventure in IT and hospitality. So last week I told you about a really obnoxious sports star. So I'm going to continue on that and I'm going to tell you the nicest celebrity I ever met in my life and the biggest asshole I ever met or served. But before that, here's a quick message. Hey all, just a quick mention here. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment on the videos you like. It helps with the YouTube algorithm, which helps me. Takes 2 seconds. So thanks in advance. Alrighty, so one of my first, my first hotel job was it was a prominent hotel in Edmonton at the time, and it had dinner theater. Very renowned dinner theater, and we saw a host of celebrities come through, mostly ex-TV stars. Like there are a lot of MASH people, WKRP, Rhoda, just I Dream of Jeannie. A lot of stars from those old TV shows. When their shows ended, they would do the dinner theater, and they would come, and one of the stops on that dinner theater route was come through Edmonton and to the hotel I was working in. And for the most part, they were mostly nice people. For the most part, the nicest person I ever met, though, was Gary Sandy. He played Andy in WKRP in Cincinnati. And he was super polite, super friendly to serve. Like I was a waiter at the time. I wasn't cooking. I was a waiter at the time. And he was super nice, super friendly, very respectful. And he appreciated the cooks and the servers and the busboys and the food porters and everybody that worked behind the scenes to make his on-stage production a success. So when he finished his run, because they would come in and they'd do, it varied, but I think he was there for 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. And they would come in and they'd do their run and then they'd leave and a new one would come in and it'd be a new play and, and on and on and on. And when he finished his run, he rented out in the hotel. There was the dinner theater, but then we had a nightclub in the hotel. And he closed the nightclub, he rented it out, paid for all the booze, and invited all of the staff of the hotel and their spouses or girlfriends or boyfriends for the waitresses or whatever, And he threw a party for us as a thank you for serving him. And it came out of his pocket. He did it himself. What a freaking classy act. Never saw another person do it. Just him, and just what a classy act. And it stuck with me all these years later. Just, how could you say something bad about a guy like that? You can't. Like, he didn't have to do it. If he just said thank you, that would have been enough, and everyone would have thought the world of him because, we got a few people that wouldn't even say that, and I'll be telling you about one of them. It might surprise you, or it might not. Depends if you've read the internet on him. But yeah, it was just a welcome change, and it was awesome. And it stuck with me all these years later. It's like the nicest celebrity I've ever met in my life, bar none. The worst celebrity I ever met came from MASH, Gary Berghoff. Radar O'Reilly. He may be cute, cuddly, and funny on screen. He is an absolute prick off screen. He is abusive, and here we go again, short man syndrome. He is abusive, he is foul-mouthed. He's just an angry little sprite, and I heard all the stories about him from other staff and unfortunately experienced myself as well. Like, nobody had anything good to say about him. But then years later, when the internet became a thing, you started seeing stories pop up. This was not a one-time deal. This is how he was everywhere he went. He was just a miserable SOB. And beforehand, you could not have convinced me he was like that in real life. Like, we had a number of people come through that I thought were going to be pricks that didn't turn out to be pricks. He's not one of them. I thought he would be a really cool guy. And yeah, he was just an absolute asshole. You know, I got nothing good to say about him. You know, I don't even like him as Radar O'Reilly anymore. I love MASH to this day, yet Radar O'Reilly, Gary Berghoff has just ruined that character for me. Simple as that. So anyway, yeah, that was my experience with celebrities. Like I said, we had a lot come through in that hotel. We had Alan Aldo comes to mind, Sean Cassidy, David Cassidy, Father Mulcahy from MASH, William Christopher, and just a whole bunch of other ones. It's like, and like I said, most of them were very down-to-earth people. You know, some of them were a little aloof, but I always kind of chalk that up as, okay, they're celebrities. When it's their private time, they don't want to be bothered. And that's how I tried to serve them when I was serving. It's like, I take their order, bring their food, bring their drinks, be close enough that they can wave me down, but not be close enough that I'm interfering in their space. Just give them their space. You know, some like to joke around, some wanted their space. And that's cool. It's their time. Simple as that. But there's absolutely no excuse for mistreating the staff when you are asking for service. Anyway, that's my video for today. If you like the video, leave a like, a subscribe, and a share. I'm trying to grow my channel, and a like, a subscribe, and a share does me wonders, and I do appreciate it. Always feel free to leave a comment. Again, what's your best story or your worst story for meeting a celebrity? Leave it in the comments. The other reason I ask for people to leave a comment, not only does it get us interacting, but it really does help me with the YouTube algorithm and getting more eyes on my videos. And as always, pew, 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 and shit. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.